Hey, how's it going? How you guys doing? Good? That's good. Hope everyone's doing well. Doing alright, you know. Got busy with things, so you don't have time for other things. But here I am to show some things. So let's get into it. If you can hear it, it's what we're listening to. Larry Douglas Altet Dedications. It's from the mid 80s, I think, 85 or 84. Yep, 85. On this private Swajola label or something. Got this cute kid on the front. Being all cute, but great jazz fusion. Very cool. I think Chris Cole sent me this in a trade, or I think it was a trade. I don't remember. It was a while back. A lot of these I got a while back, but fantastic jazz fusion. Would highly recommend it. A bunch of great Eastern Bloc jazz and mainly jazz fusion stuff, but a bunch of that. So get ready for that. Starting off with Bartowski, Drum Dreams, from 76, sorry, 75 or 76, 76, I believe. Yeah, I think specifically I remember it's from 76. Fantastic, rhythmic, groovy, as you can imagine, the solo, lots of solo drum tracks, great stuff, fantastic drummer right here. He plays on a lot of Polish jazz, basically like every other Polish jazz record he's on. I guess he's kind of like the Art Blakey, or was another jazz drummer. I don't know. I can't think of anyone right now, but he's just one of the guys. He's like the Cecil McBee, I guess, of the drumming world for Poland. So, yeah, fantastic drums. Like I said, very cool, groovy stuff. Check it out. Definitely a little bit out at times. There's some full band pieces too, but a lot of just solo drum stuff. This is more in the jazz rock vein. Krzysztof Sadowski and his group, I think. Yep, and his group, 3,000 Points. That's from 75 on the Musa label, Polska Nagana. Very cool. Kind of free fusion-y jazz rock. He plays mostly Hammond, I think, D3 Hammond. A bit of Fender Rhodes on this, as well as ring modulator. Yeah, fantastic though. Highly recommend this as well if you like jazz rock. Yeah, you'll probably love this one. So, pretty cool cover on that one too. I really like the artwork. This next one here, Michael Smith, Geo Music. This is actually an American musician who just ended up recording an album in Poland while he was there. Kind of has a mix of sounds ranging from like Cecil Taylor, Paul Bley, and contemporary classical, I guess. That's the way to describe it. He's mostly known for working as a sideman with Braxton, Archie Shepp, a few other people as well. Steve Lacy, I think, mostly because he played as his regular piano player for a while there, good number of years. So, but yeah, you have a nice mix of Polish and American musicians on this, as well as Zbigniew Namysłowski, who I'm going to talk about later on his own record, but Lawrence Cook is on here, Kent Carter. They both do an awesome job on this. For some reason, this picture always reminded me of Abe Lincoln, kind of with a huge face out in space, like he's going to eat planet Earth, but I don't know, it's just weird. Another weird cover, but great music. Kind of Geo Music, I guess, is like his own style of musical theory, which he invented. I guess he kind of got that from Braxton, probably, but yeah, really cool jazz. Check it out. It's usually really cheap. Doesn't go for a lot, so. Next up here, Extra Ball. Another nice jazz rock record. Sorry if I'm not looking towards the camera. I see you guys over there, so I kind of have to look over there, but making sure it's framed well. Yeah, cool jazz rock. Another cheapie you can probably find for a few bucks. Actually, I don't know about in the U.S. A lot of the Polish stuff that you can find cheap over there in Eastern Europe is a little bit more expensive over here, especially because you have to pay for the shipping ticket. But really cool. Nothing crazy here. Just needed it to complete my Extra Ball collection. But like I said, really solid kind of jazz fusion, jazz rock. So another cool recommendation. for jazz rock stuff. This is a great record right here. This is the Golden Mean from the Allegro Jazz Band on the Melodia label, which is a Russian kind of state-owned jazz label, but fantastic, just Eastern European jazz funk fusion. This is probably like the jazz funk fusion record to have when it comes to Eastern European jazz. If you're just going to own one, I would say this is a great one. Not crazy expensive. It's really, really good. So if you're going to start off anywhere, I would say start off here. The Allegro Jazz Band, the Golden Mean. I have a few records, but this is probably my favorite personally. Next up, the Jazz Trio. This is just 80s jazz, avant-garde jazz, free jazz. A little bit post-poppy at times. This is like 82 or 83. It's a cool jazz record out of Poland. Interesting, doesn't have the same kind of look as a lot of the Polish jazz records do. This one's a little bit different. I kind of dig the artwork, just really plain. It's, simple, but I think it's really effective, so I like it. The Jazz Trio, Na przyszłość, so Jazz Trio for the future. Next up here, Władysław Gerhardt. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of that record, so there you go. Try to pronounce that if you're inclined. But just great Czechoslovakian fusion, post-bop, all type of stuff. Late 70s, I think, very reminiscent of like Impulse titles, Blue Note titles from around that time, like Don Cherry on Blue Note, definitely Theroux on Impulse, that kind of stuff. Pretty reminiscent of that at times. Yeah, very nice kind of. A little bit, free at times, but more kind of post-boppy. Very, very nice. Definitely recommend this as well. You can definitely see the influence of American jazz come over to the Czech guys for sure on here, and then adding kind of their own twist too. This is on the Opus label, I believe, which is like their own label from 1978. Plain label, but great record. Drop the sleeve. Yeah, another one I recommend. Really cool artwork on this one too. Kind of a strange cartoon there, but very cool. Władysław Gerhardt. There's the title and the name if you want to look it up. Sorry if I'm kind of flying through these, I got a lot to show. Septet Rouse, next up here. This is Bulgarian, more jazz fusion, basically Euro jazz fusion, with some free improvisations. Very, very good. Kind of long improvisations, they stretch out, do their thing. Maybe not for everyone, but I really dig it. Septet Rouse. This one's a more well-known one. Definitely falls into the cheap heat category, I would say. From 1980, I think this is. Yep, 1980. From Sofia, Bulgaria. This is a really, really cool record. I love this one. This is Jazz Focus 65. I'm trying to get all these guys' records. So the name of the group is Jazz Focus 65. And so is the album name, even though it came out in 67. Yeah, that's how it is. All their records are named Jazz Focus 65, but they all came out in like different years, like 67, 68, 69. I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't know. It's just great jazz. Very well known, well loved kind of Bulgarian jazz quartet back in the day. A lot of people love these guys in Eastern Europe, and I can see why. These guys are fantastic. Excellent, excellent players. From what I understand, this is like the group that all the musicians really liked and really enjoyed playing with, because they have both kind of structured and free sounds. Very, very cool. They're always on fire when they play. They played the Montrose Jazz Festival a bunch of times. Just amazing kind of arrangements. The way they do a bunch of covers, but they kind of pick apart and rearrange the tracks in their own way. Very, very nice. I really enjoyed this. Check out any other stuff. Jazz Focus 65. There's another one that looks like this, but has like a blue. This is all blue instead of red. There's a couple different records with just different covers, but they're all kind of abstract like this. Kind of weird covers. Very cool. I recommend this. This is from 60... Yeah, this is the one from 67, so... Once again, Bulgarian jazz stuff. Very, very nice. Bit out, but not, completely out. Next up here, I'll show this one first. So, like I mentioned earlier, Zbigniew Namysłowski, I think I mentioned it. This is the Zbigniew Namysłowski Quartet with Just Polish Jazz is the name. I know a lot of these Polish jazz records say Polish Jazz up here. Well, this is actually for a reason on this one, name of the record. Once again, on the Muza, Polskie Nagrania label. But very nice. Avant, post-bop, I guess, is the best way to describe it, really. Let me put on some of this, maybe. Let's see. Let you guys check some of this out. I really enjoy it. Okay. If you guys can hear that. So yeah, nice mix, like I said, avant-garde, post-bop, and hard bop. Like I said, with the jazz vocus guys, this guy is another one of those guys that all the musicians kind of, wanted to play with. You had Bartowski on this record. Like I said, he played on everything, but he's on here. Still lined up. Fantastic. Everything this guy did is great. Very well known in Poland. Unfortunately, if you collect Eastern Euro jazz or any kind of Euro jazz, you know that the covers are really fragile, really thin. They deteriorate very, very quickly, very easily, so kind of have to protect them, not handle them, a lot. But great record. I kind of wanted to play this one too. Maybe I'll put this on a little bit, but this is Jerzy Milian with name of this. Muzyka balletowa and filmowa. So as you can imagine, music for ballet and film. So kind of like a library record, like avant big band, I would say. Definitely a bit different than the straight up jazz of a lot of other, just like this, a bit different than what we're listening to now, but so basically exactly what it sounds like. It's kind of big band and there's soloists on each track. Very cool though. Some of this was used for TV and different shows, film. Maybe I'll put this out a little bit because I kind of wanted to play some of this for you guys as well. So a lot of that stuff I just showed, I just picked up at FMU, which was about 2 months ago now. A little bit more than that, or a little bit less than that. Including these right here. I think all of these I picked up at FMU. Lloyd McNeil, Elegia. The last Lloyd McNeil I needed for my collection. On his own Boab recordings. Fantastic. Flute jazz, spiritual jazz, flute jazz, I guess best way to describe it. I've said it before, I love flute jazz, and this is one of my favorite artists right here, no doubt. One of the best flute players, in my opinion. Just fantastic. This is from 1980, I think? Yeah, I think 1980. A little bit later for him, but still amazing. Highly recommend any Lloyd McNeil, especially if you like, that kind of spiritual jazz stuff, then this will be right up your alley for sure, so check that out. Next up, long time want, Adele Sebastian, Desert Fairy Princess. Wanted this one forever. Nimbus West from 1981, one of the crown jewels on the label, in my opinion. Very, very beautiful vocals from Adele Sebastian herself. She also plays flute as well. Sort of Latin and African sounds. Lots of great rhythms, percussion. Fantastic. If you dig, 60s Coltrane, Alice, stuff like that, I guess. Although this is more, I would say, it's from the West Coast, so a bit different, but maybe a bit more spiritual, not as out as that kind of stuff, not as free as some of the Coltrane stuff, but still definitely in that same kind of mindset. Fantastic. Just crazy. She was sick time when she was making this, so she was going through dialysis the last whatever number of years of her life, and she still managed to record this album, just, you know, putting all her pain probably into the music. It was just amazing. Billy Higgins plays drums on this. I'll show you guys the lineup. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this record. It's been reissued. I think recently, actually, it's been reissued, but I love this record. So you got, yeah, Billy Higgins, Ricky Kelly, Alberto Miranda, who's on a bunch of different Nimbus West releases, Bobby West, Dawood Woods. So there's the back cover right there. There's the beautiful Adele Sebastian doing her thing. Desert Fairy Princess. Amazing record. I kind of wanted to come on here sooner and show some of my FMU finds, but like I said, you know how it is. Stuff gets in the way, and then other stuff ends up getting in the way, so it is what it is. But Sunbirds, just self-titled, their second album or first, I think it's their first album, from 1971, I believe, on BASF. I know it's BASF, like it's like saying BASF. So kind of like an international supergroup of musicians, I guess, quote unquote supergroup. Yeah, jazz rock, but also, you know, elements of krautrock, prog fusion, straight up jazz, just amazing jazz rock work. Another one a lot of you guys probably know pretty well, but when I didn't have it, it shares a very similar cover with the, I think it's a Paul Kantner record. So I know a few people have found this in the dollar bin because the people selling it thought it was that record and kind of got confused. So I paid a bit more closer to the going rate for this, but still got it for a good deal. I think I got this from the guys at Blue Bag in Boston. They got it from their table. So amazing. If you don't know this record, I highly recommend checking it out. Jimmy Wood plays on here, Philip Catherine, Ferdinand Poval, Fritz Power, Juan Romero, and Klaus Weiss. So, yeah. If you're going to check out any other stuff, I think they only have 2 records, I believe. Check out this one. This is the better, in my opinion. But the other one's still dope. Another grail I've wanted for a long time. Really cool to finally cross this one off the list. Theroux, self-titled. Indian Navigation from 1977 or 78. Sort of a strange label here. The part where it says side 1 kind of got like folded over right there, as you can see, so it looks kind of weird, but we got this from my friend Mike, his table. I don't know if he was kind of holding back a copy, saving it. Probably now, it's just in the back of his stacks, but he pulled it out and I just grabbed it as soon as he showed it to me. So I got it for a really decent price compared to what it usually goes for. So thank you, Mike, if you happen to see this by chance. We appreciate it. I think he's kind of slowing down on his selling because he used to sell at FMU every year and do a bunch of shows, but he's getting a bit older now, so not really doing as many as he used to do, unfortunately. But yeah, you guys probably don't know this record. Once again, if you don't, then check out the track Harvest Time on side 1. Takes up all of side 1. Just amazing. I know a lot of people say they don't like the vocals on this. I completely understand. Side 2 has vocals which aren't the easiest to deal with, I guess I'll say, but I don't mind them. Side 1 makes up for anything but that would be, kind of, I guess, bad, even though there's nothing bad about this record to me, but some people don't really care for side 2, which I completely understand. It's not my favorite. It's all about side 1 for me, Harvest Time. But yeah, you have Lawrence Killian, Steve Neal, Muniz, and a few other people that just play on side 2. But that's the main group right there. Sort of the same guys that he was playing with like later in his career. But yeah, been after this one for a while, like I said, so happy to finally have an OG of this for a somewhat decent price. Thank you, Mike. And the last one, go out with a bang here. Dorothy Ashby, Afro Harping. I had a copy of this in the past. Ended up selling it good handful of years back. Now I don't remember when, maybe like 6-7 years ago, because I thought I'd find another one back when they weren't as hard to find, but they just started getting harder and harder to find. That one wasn't in the best shape, so not too mad I sold it, but still I kind of wish, I kept that one in retrospect. But on Cadet, amazing jazz stuff. Jazz harp, if you can't tell by the name, yes, he plays jazz harp. Not your traditional jazz harpist. Very soulful, beautiful. Yeah, if you don't know Dorothy Ashby, then I don't know what to say other than go check it out. Go check out this. Go check out Rubaiyat. Those are her best records, in my opinion. The ones to have, especially Rubaiyat, but this is right up there, in my opinion, with Rubaiyat. So both are amazing records. And I think that's gonna do it. Let's see if I have anything else that I missed. No, that's probably it. So thank you for watching. It's good to be back. Felt good to come back and make a video. Not gonna make any promises. Say I'll be back. Whenever I'll be back when I'm back. So hopefully sooner than later, but it doesn't happen. Oh well. You know how that goes. But yeah, leave me comments if you want. Let me know what you guys picked up, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.